Hey guys, welcome to the Logan movie review. Alright, guys, so I'm guessing you guys have already seen this movie. Keep in mind, huge spoilers. First things first, Deadpool. What do we call this? A preclude? A pre-credit? I don't know, a pre-title? Because the Logan title comes after the Deadpool credit? I don't know. All I know is, eh, yeah, I said it. I was not impressed with this with this Deadpool uh, cameo outside of this movie. Here's the reason why. I don't like it because it's cheap. I'm sorry, but Deadpool showing up, hearing someone's in danger, going into a phone booth. Okay, let's laugh just for a second about that part. But then guess what? He stays in the phone booth for like forever. But I'm sorry. Here's the thing. The joke, I get where they were going for or what they were going for, but it took too long. It took way too long. I felt like they could have cut in that a little bit shorter and it would have been funnier. But instead, he still had to keep trying to change. We saw his butt on the glass, all this stuff, yeah. And honestly, my audience said it the best. Or my audience actually kind of proved what I was thinking. They laughed when they saw Wade Wilson. Okay, they clapped and cheered and laughed, and they laughed when he like ran into the phone booth to change. But then there was silence majority of the time because that joke was too long. So they should have cut that short. Anyways, that aside, I don't really care. Let's begin with the movie review. Okay, so Logan is different. He's not the Wolverine we know. It starts off with him sleeping in a limo, feeling his car getting worked on. He steps outside. It's a bunch of cholos trying to steal his rims. I mean, I just find it really ridiculous that they shot him with a shotgun point blank and just continued still to work on his wheels. I mean, you would think that with that kind of stuff they would run away because they know that it's a shotgun and they don't want to get caught by a witness or a witness call the cops or anything. So that was cool how Wolverine just sliced and diced them, but at the same time I'm like, whatever. Then we finally get to see Wolverine in his life with Caliban, with Xavier. Some of the dialogue, I kind of like Caliban. What I like about him is like he's the most clearest speaker out of all of them. I, like he speaks clearly, so I understand what he's saying. He sounds proper, he sounds put together, and I think that's what's supposed to be. He's supposed to be the guy who's put together, trying to keep Logan and Xavier like in as a whole, like he can tell that Logan has been broken physically, mentally, and spiritually, and of course with Professor X hitting dementia and stuff. It's he's just trying his best. The only problem with Caliban is that he's limited because he can't deal with the sun, so that's his issue. But otherwise you can tell that he's the caregiver, the caretaker. um that's cool. I gotta be honest with you, I really don't care. I really didn't care about the whole Logan, Caliban, Xavier living situation, but I did have this like I had this like love or like appreciation for Logan's love for Xavier. But at the same time, I think it's because we've grown up watching X-Men films, so I think I just feel like I connect these actors have been acting together for 15 years, so maybe I just connect them together as a family in real life. So now I can see now when I watch the movie, I can feel it as well. The relationship between the characters, I'm not so sure. All I know is I do care about that relationship, but I don't care about their situation. Like, The Reavers come. I honestly, genuinely, no doubt, thought that the Reavers were gonna be a lot badder and a lot more like badass in a way. Instead, they just do a lot of chasing around, a lot of pointing guns, and not really doing much. Yes, they've shotguns, but they don't shoot to kill. You know, like it's just very weird to me. So I didn't care much about the Reavers though. I like the main character. Um, I just wish that he had more physicality, more things to do. I wish he was like a badass in a way, something like that. I don't know. I'm just, I don't know. I just have all these like wishes for this movie, you know. Um, okay, that scene with Logan at the cemetery and some random Latina lady come running in through the water. Is that supposed to be funny? Especially the way she's treading through wet grass or whatever at the cemetery. All I know is it caught me off guard, and she found this guy out of I don't know. I mean, honestly, she could have been Caliban's sister because she tracked Logan so good and so quick. Very weird. Um, so she rescued. So here's the backstory. She rescued. She used to work as a nurse for Terrigen, or whatever it's called. Terrigen is a Marvel thing. Sorry, I forgot what the company is called, but they work on creating man-made mutants, and basically the nurses there just fell in love with the kids and knew that the kids deserved love, and so um, the nurses decided to help break these kids free, and we got to see some really cool action scenes with these mutant kids, which made me smile. I don't know what it is, but I just love mutants. Like, I love them so much. And it's not about Logan, it's not about, I just love the idea that these kids, they're so innocent, but they have a power that can destroy someone. I find that so fascinating, and I cannot wait for that X-Men film where we just deal with the kids being who they are. That's what I want. I don't want this apocalypse. I don't want this Logan Wolverine is the big daddy. To I want the mutants to be together and work together. That's the kind of movie I want to see. Anyways, sorry to get off on a tangent. So we find out all of this information from a recording that X-23 had in her backpack from her so-called mother. In reality, it was just a nurse who kidnapped her, pretty much. She was killed, and now like Logan's like kind of okay. Here's the thing: Logan discovers her dead body in the apartment and figured that X-23 got kidnapped as well. So he decides to drive all the way back to his home, and kind of like he can feel that something bad's gonna happen. And then Caliban steps outside, looks in the trunk and sees a ball in the backpack and smells it, and he can tell that it is a mutant, that it is someone. But here is my thing. How did X-23 get there? Did she just sneak into his trunk? Like, we just don't get, like, it's not a clear. If we had just gotten a shot of the trunk kind of closing slowly, you know, then hint hint she's in there. You see what I mean? But we didn't get that. So that's why it was kind of random that she's all of a sudden there. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, and Xavier is happy to talk to her. Xavier can understand her. Obviously, he's immune, so he can understand any human being he comes in contact with because of his abilities. Um, the Reavers come to fetch for the girl. The girl knocks him out with a bar to the head. I mean, I'm sorry, but he's not all metal, so he should have been dead as hard as that thing was. I just felt like the Reavers sucked. I'm sorry, the Reavers suck. Ugh, gosh. Anyways, well, let's see. You know, I'm not gonna try and break down each scene because that's pretty much what I'm doing right now. What I loved about this movie too is that the of course seeing Wolverine and X-23 go ham on people, that was pretty awesome. It was amazing, it was fantastic. It was everything I ever wanted. The storyline not so much, but whatever's going on here, amazing. Um, they managed to truly get away after a huge daring escape from X-23, Logan, and Pro X, and they end up in Vegas, or that's what I call it anyway, a casino area, and Wolverine checks them into a hotel to rest, and Wolverine goes to buy a new car, and when he comes back he discovers that a lot of people are in pain and paralyzed, and then so is he, because uh well, first of all, he realized that the Reavers are there, and then all of a sudden it happens, just this huge paralysis and pain shooting through the entire building. That's how powerful Pro X is. Like, that's awesome. He finally manages to get to his room, and I love how he just killed people slowly. That was awesome. And finally injected stuff medication to Xavier to his calm his seizures, and they make an escape again, and um they run into a family whose horses like escaped, and I love that we got to see one little thing from Pro X. He used his abilities to calm the horses and bring the horses back to the family. That was cool. They invited him to the house. That was cool. The family's so kind and loving and just very sweet. And obviously they have problems because they're being harassed by people who want their land. So we get that little scenario, and Wolverine helps the gentleman take care of that. But then something phenomenal and crazy happened. At first, I thought that Pro X was just seeing a vision of Logan on top of him and stabbing him. It turns out it was a real Logan, but it was a real cloned Rogan. Wow, I should call him Rogan. Okay, so Rogan stabs Pro X and kills the kid. That blew my mind. The family has a boy. Kills a kid, kills the mother. The mother tries to defend, but you can't. She gets killed, and Wolverine runs up along with the father, runs in to find what's going on, and holy crap! Rogan attacks Logan, and it's just chaos ensues. They're fighting hardcore outside. Um, Rogan has X-23, so that right there is what caused Logan to really fight, fight to rescue X-23. And then there's this other scientist who has Caliban, and the Reavers are there, and these other people, that guy that has beef with the farmer guy is there too. Just innocent lives dying left and right, and Caliban decides to end his life and to pretty much sacrifice his life by blowing up the van that he's being held in. So that's sad already there, because Caliban's it's dead. Um, and the farmer manages to help Wolverine by ramming Rogan, and just a lot of stuff is going on. Um, Logan and X-23 escape. They find all kinds of, they found a place to stay. They found a clinic for uh, Logan. And X-23 wants Logan to take her to North Dakota or where whatever it is, and Logan doesn't want to because he's like, no, that's fake. That's just in the comic books. Because in this movie, the comic books is in this world, but it's based on fiction. But he's real, so it's based on him, but it's a fictional book. Got it. Anywho, so they end up finally, and yes, guys, I'm skipping a few things. They end up finally getting to Rebecca and Delilah and Raul and whatever his name is. They finally get over there. And all these bunch of kids and the leader. I like the leader as the kid actor because he has some kind of like leadership. You can feel it. He reminds me of Cyclops. So that was really cool. I just wish he used his powers more. That would have been awesome. Anyways, so they kept injecting Logan with that serum so that he can his healing factor could heal faster. um, and then and after a couple of days, they set off to find their destination. Logan wakes up, discovers that the kids are in trouble, go and injects himself with all of that chemicals to hype in his whole body, and he goes ham. Like he starts attacking people, but then it starts to wear off, so things are going. But I love these kids. Okay, here's the thing: these kids running away from these reavers and stuff. Come on, you have powers. Just use your powers. All of you guys have powers. That's the insane part. Like that one girl, if she can do that, with the wood chipping and all that, if she can do that to one person and make that person explode, then she can do it for all those reavers. I know she can. I mean, if she can control Earth like that, she could do so much more because she's in a forest. Anyways, so Logan rescues X-23. They fight, fight, fight. They rescue the kids. Fight, fight, fight. Now Rogan is there, and Rogan's fighting Logan, and X-23 is trying to kill other people to prevent them from trying to kill Logan. And the kids are using their abilities to stop certain people. And then the main guy, um, he gets killed by those group of kids. My thing is the girl with the powers of earth, okay? Why grass? I mean, I can understand if you could use blades of grass to slice people, but come on, you could have used roots, like roots from the ground could have done that instead of that grass. So, anyways, I was just kind of like, okay, yeah, right. Like grass can do that. Um, but grass can cut people if you really think about it. That's why it's called blades of grass. Anyway, so while X-23 is doing that, the kids are have finally taken down the lead reaver. I forget his name because I don't care. Because, like I said, I don't care about this. Like some of these plot lines or whatever's going on, I don't really care about, but I just enjoy it. If that makes sense to you. Like I just enjoy the film as a whole, but if I have to think about the plot and what they're going through, it just isn't as impressive. Um so X20 or X20 so Rogan just Rogan knows that it's Logan is about to die. Rogan grabs Logan and stabs him through a tree or whatever, and that's when X-23 uses the adamantium bullet and shoots the low the Rogan in the brain, in the head, and that ends his life. And now, oh man, it was just so sad to see like X-23 crying over Logan. I really thought that for some reason that Logan would show signs of life, but no, he's officially dead for good. This movie was okay. I'll give this movie hmm, a B minus, C plus or B minus, can't remember. I'll give it that because I felt like it could have done more as far as storyline goes. Anyway, Let me know what you guys think. Did you like the movie or not? What did you think about Deadpool? For me, this movie is a solid B minus. I didn't like the plot as much, but I love the action. Um, yeah. Thanks again for listening, guys. Ciao.